Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about reasons why you may feel fear before going to church. So the first one is you're probably being manipulated. You may be a leader or pastor or member. They're manipulating you, and sometimes it's not clear. Sometimes it comes with passive aggressive behavior, it comes with confusion, and sometimes you just feel fear. You just have this intimidation. They make you feel intimidated, and that it's a spirit. Sometimes it's not as obvious. So it's so important to realize where it's coming from. Is it coming from a certain person? Is there a certain person that wants something from you in a certain way? And it's like they're giving you options and they're giving you a choice, and you don't want to do it, but they're just making you feel like you have no choice, kind of thing. And it's not as obvious. Sometimes it's through confusion, the silent treatment, passive aggressive behavior, and fear tactics, emotional witchcraft. So take time to pray with God. He will give you discernment. He'll give you discernment to realize what's going on. The second one is you're being controlled, and you don't want to be punished at the same time. You could sense that someone's trying to control your life, but at the same time, you don't want to be punished for it. So now you're like giving in to what they want. You feel fear because you feel like you did something and they don't agree with it, and now they're being passive aggressive, and you just don't feel safe. You just don't feel like you feel very controlled. You don't feel like your voice matters, or your whatever you do matters. It's all about them, and you feel controlled, and you feel like you just don't feel free. And that could be your fear of going to church, because you just don't have control of your life. You just feel like you're being, just had this string, and they're just controlling you with the string. You feel like a puppet on a string, and you just don't feel like life is yours. That they just own you. And the third one is God is trying to speak to you or warn you. Sometimes that fear is that intuition and that discerning to say, God might say, you know what, you need to watch out, you need to take care, you might be saying leave or to watch. So sometimes if you have fear before going to church, maybe God's trying to talk to you. Maybe God's trying to show you certain things and trying to open your ears and like making you see things in the spirit and giving you discernment. So if you feel fear, maybe God's calling you to something. And the fourth one is someone is trying to, humiliate you, shame you, and they're just indirect digs, and it's shaking you a bit. And now you feel fear. Now you don't want to go to church because this person is throwing shade at you and being, making indirect digs, and it's very shady. And you don't know what to do. You feel very scared. You don't want to go to church anymore because you feel like you don't feel safe anymore. You feel like you can't be human. And sometimes it's jealousy. Sometimes the person's so envious and jealous that they throw shade and don't realize you're human. And you get scared and fearful because when you go through a hard time, are they gonna laugh? Like if someone's jealous of you and you're going through a hard time, you wonder if they're going to laugh at you instead of helping you. So that fear before going to church is probably God warning you to say, you know what, this person's a bit envious and jealous. And so if church is a hospital. So if you need something, they might objectify you and go, you know what, you're not going through that much. I've seen you on social media, and it just objectify you. So that fear before going to church, maybe because they're shady and jealous and you don't feel comfortable going. And number 5, you want to speak up. You want to create something or travel, but you feel people will judge you. Maybe you want to do certain things, and you have that scared of what people might think. You're scared of what people might think, and you have this deep worry about, you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want people to be upset with you, but you have this urge to do something, and you feel scared. You're scared of the reaction. You're scared of the reaction. So and there's other fears. It could be from the past. Maybe you're going. I'm gonna add another one in. Maybe it's the past. Maybe because of what you went through in the past. Maybe church hurt or spiritual abuse from the past, and now you have fear because of the past. It's not even because of the the current church you go to. It's not because of sometimes it's not the current church you go to. It's because of the past, and you may be going through flashbacks, or you remember the past, and that's what the fear is coming from. So or you feel embarrassed or ashamed of your past, and it could be anything like that. So if you need any counselling or prayer request or coaching, email me. Thank you for listening.